Mazel tov, make your matzah crack. You got the groove sideways, don't get sidetracked. You still ain't make it out the cul-de-sac. Backed up to the limit, last pass on my visit. Either dance or hit the path of the mastodon, get it. Shout out to MTV, shout out to Exhibit. Show me how to pimp my ride while I MTV crib it. Miss Piggy Banks, Mr. Kermit Frog Ribbit. Missed in my tank, missing service by the minute. I gotta kick the universal suffragette exquisite and replace it with the new school sort of feudalism. But I gotta give away the Yankee doodleism. I don't know about it, man, it's planted in my noodle, is it? Am I an old pooch, just a new poodle? Is it just a new trick? Who said I couldn't learn without permission? Doing backflips when I'm under supervision. But in the field of play, I'll be losing all the missions. You know I feel your pain cause I be losing when I listen. Keep the man doing working and the women's in the kitchen, baby.
Hello and welcome. We have the dude with us tonight. Hello, dude.
Woo, hello, Katie.
I don't know if I'm allowed to use your name, so we're just going to call you dude.
Yeah, just call me dude for now.
Okay, and in the chat we have Ron and Yo Mama, and we need peace. Hello and welcome. And of course, Zena and Ava are here as always, and I see Ron has already done a super chat, so you know what that means, don't you?
Nice. Hey, Yo Mama.
Ron, thank you very much for the super chat, and we will give the girls a little milk bone, and then we're going to get started. It's just Ron and I here tonight, so it's kind of hard to play this game with two people. So what we're going to do is watch some body cam videos until more people show up. But for now, it's mini milk bone time. Here you go, Ava. And Zena. I got to hand Zena hers because she can't catch anymore. She used to could. She can't anymore. Christo, and welcome. I'll put the link actually in the the chat too, so if people want to join from there they can.
How's my hat look?
Looks great. You look very southern.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's the southern one, right?
Yep. Well, this is actually a Yankee hat, so
is it?
You know, they did win, so kind of got to give them props.
I guess. So we'll get started with a little body cam video, and this is it might be out of Georgia. I'm not sure, but we'll take a look see.
Well, I pretty much know all their police cars, so I'll let you know. Allegedly.
Over $15.99 Applebee's all you can eat. These people thought they could pay $15.99 and the whole table eats. Let's see, somebody else just came in. Hello, Ron, sorry. We're going to watch a body cam video to start with. If you want to comment on it, just speak up and I'll pause it. And then once more people get here, we will start the game. All right, here we go.
Sir, we're the one called. Okay.
The funny part is they called on themselves.
Yeah, I saw that the other day.
Have a $15.99 special unlimited. Me and my sister both got one, and then we ordered.
Okay.
Dessert.
You called?
Yeah, we called because the man told us because I gave a plate of shrimp to my brother. He told us we gotta pay for him eating it. That's not what they special say. If you go look at their menu, it don't tell you. That's like you eating and you give something to your sister or your friend. It don't tell you nowhere on there if you share the food. Then they charge us $15. It say unlimited.
All right.
He told us because we shared food. They charged us for every person that ate at the table. You can't do that because it don't.
Does anybody else think that they wouldn't charge them if everybody at the table ate? It's $15.99 per person, not $15.99 for a whole family of 5 to eat.
I've personally had this happen to me, and now I know.
What? You tried to have everybody at the table eat? Like
well,
one salad bar?
Thinking of a little crab leg here, a little crab leg there.
Now you know.
Yeah, eventually you get busted.
Talking about some well, I'm telling you, where my phone at? Because I recorded. And the girl behind us will tell you, you can't tell us if we ordering it. It don't say if this only for one person. It say $15.99 per person, unlimited. It don't say $15.99.
She literally just read per person. She read. It says $15.99 per person. It says it right there. What are you doing?
But no, sir, he told us because he ate. I gave him my plate of shrimp. He told me he charged because he seen our shrimp. You can't tell me if I don't want to eat something that I can't give it to nobody.
You guys are trying to play the system. I get where you're coming from.
But they know we wasn't.
Okay, you're paying $15.99, so 3 adults can eat the one.
It's it's multiple things. It's endless.
15, but I'm thinking myself.
But it's endless. It
They
doesn't They limit how much you can get. It doesn't say that, though, sir. They should say that. I'm gonna be honest. If you saying that, you should say per person. It doesn't say per person. It doesn't say that.
192 for your Geneva.
It doesn't say per person though. It just say 15. And my thing is, if he charged us for 3, he's trying to charge us for everybody at the table. You can't do that.
So you're trying to do the $15.99, so every single one of you free for $15.99.
The way that said is just $15.99 unlimited. Give you 3 options. It's one thing he tried to charge us 1, 2, and 3. Carter, stop, TT man, stop. Okay.
Yeah, roll card number 2.
$15.99.
Sorry, what's that?
I was like, roll call number 2.
Yeah.
$15.99 per person. It says it right there.
Okay, that's one thing. That's what I just said. And for us 3 adults,
Okay.
we ordered the kids some.
He's sitting here insulting me, talking about we're fucking savages. We should be ashamed of our fucking selves and all this. First of all, this ain't your situation to speak on. And don't say nothing to me. Because if I go in your shit,
That's enough. Are you being warned for disorderly conduct?
I'm strong. Wait, hold on. I got the right to say what the fuck I want. He can say
If she doesn't shut up, she's going to jail.
Oh, I'm going to jail, but just shut up. Just ain't no fucking let it go. Because guess what?
I'm telling you one more time. One more time.
Shut up. It's not put my shit down and he gets to talking to me. I got the right to myself. Just please shut up. Right. You want to do all this, but you don't want to say nothing to him for disrespecting me.
Look at what you're doing.
I went in and put my drink down.
And the man
He came at me. They watched him.
He wasn't yelling when he came out. Keep your voice. All right, she's going to jail. Turn around. No, turn around. No, get out of my way.
Please don't do that.
I mean, I'm not the one that called them savages, but somebody did, and I'm not gonna lie. The way they're acting right now,
savage.
a little bit. Just even the fact that for $15.99 they thought a whole table of 4 could eat, plus 2 kids. Well, she did say she got food for the kids, like separate food for the kids, but still.
You've obviously never dated a black woman, so I'm just going to leave that there.
Correct, I have not.
Culture.
Don't do this. Stop. Get the kids. Turn this to the house. Get him now. Get him.
Borders, when I got one female.
Please, sir. Please, can I talk to you? Please,
192, 1 female investigate.
y'all get something to tell now.
Absolutely.
All right, I think we have enough people here now. We can. I'll add you in a second.
Roll card number 2.
Ron, your
Bring the big band.
Was coming through. Hold on a second. I got to click the right buttons. It's difficult for me. I have too many things going on now. There it is. Got to turn that off. There we go. Oh.
Hey.
There we go. All right.
I mean, I know I look good, but
Ron, you have echo going on, so I have to have you off because you have the audio playing in the background without earbuds. So I can't have that audio on here. So find some earbuds and I'll let you back in. We're going to play Dumb Criminals. Bam.
there's that pretty boy, Mr. Zed, sitting down there in the basement by himself.
Dumb
think he
criminal.
locked
What?
it.
You looking at my record?
Yes. I'd like
Here,
to
brother.
welcome. Who else here? Christo, welcome.
Yeah.
Mr. Zed, welcome. Mayor Wrench McNome, welcome. And of course, Waffle Salter. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me see
Couldn't
if
pass
Ron's
up
got
an
his
invitation
situation.
from the KDZ now, could I?
Of course not. All right, let me see. Ron, did you find some headphones or something? Ron?
Is it better?
It is better.
Because I have nothing on.
Yeah. I don't know what was happening before, but it was awful echo.
Hey, Ron.
I always have this problem, Katie.
I know. I'm going to find a notebook that has a blank page so I can keep score. There will be winners tonight. There will be losers. I'm assuming most of us are losers.
There will be blood.
There will be blood. Of course, Xena and Ava, we're going to keep them here in the background. They're here. If anybody decides they want a super chat, we will get them on screen and give them a milk bone. Other than that, they're going to be just in the background for now because we got a lot going on the screen right now. Let's get started.
I'd like to point out before we get started that I am wearing some of our mutual friends' shirts. The Mad Ones.
Mad Ones. That's a great podcast.
Yep.
Jess and Cam.
They broke it down a little bit, yeah, but Cam and Jessica. So they're here in spirit.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Since Erica and number 2.
I'm wearing one too. Unified Porn Service.
Mr. Zed did a stint at UPS for a little while there. When you got back from Afghanistan, right? Didn't you do a seasonal gig there?
Yeah, I was a seasonal driver for about 6 months.
6 months? That's a heck of a season. All right,
Yeah,
we'll start.
I don't work for Brown. I actually work for the logistics.
Oh, all right. Since Dude left, we'll put him at the end of the rotation. There we go. We'll start with Christo. We'll go in order. Christo, are you ready?
Hey, I think so.
All right. This one is, just so you guys know the rules of the game.
Yeah.
It's a true or false question. And then if you get it correct, you get a point. At the end of the night, whoever has the most points will win. I'm going to throw the link in the chat one more time. If anybody else wants to play, jump on here. Paste. Where's my paste button? Bam. I see some people in the chat that aren't up here. Why don't you come up and play? We're playing Dumb Criminals. That's the game. Christo's up first. Dumb and Dumber. Eastern Idaho police say 2 men transporting marijuana called 911 after mistakenly believing undercover officers had discovered their secret. But police weren't aware of the drugs until the 2 men called to report their location and the 20 pounds of pot worth $16,000. Is that true or false, Christo? You can poll the audience too. Just let me know if you want to do that.
No, I'd say that's true.
Christo is correct. That is true. 1 point for Christo.
Thank you.
I actually read about that case once.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where was it? It doesn't say where it was out of. Do you remember?
I don't remember. But yeah, there was just another one, in fact, a few days ago where somebody called the police because somebody broke into their car and stole 20 pounds of weed. And the cop goes, "You're lucky we didn't find the weed in here because we'd be arresting you."
I didn't take all 20.
It's like that video we just watched a bit of. They called the police on themselves, basically. They were trying to steal food, and they called the police because they thought they were getting overcharged.
I would like to contest the value of that 20 pounds of weed. It should be more.
Well, yeah.
Allegedly.
It depends on what state you're in.
Also, it depends on when this happened. It doesn't have a date. The Claw, I see you in the chat. If you want to join late, you're welcome to do that. Although it's hard to win once we start. So I've seen it happen before, though, where somebody comes in halfway through, and no, Ron, you're good. Did you get kicked? No, you were fine, Ron. I don't know what happened. I thought you hit the button yourself. I thought you left us. Okay, next up is Mr. Zed. Finger food. Anna Alalia was dining at a fast food restaurant when she said she found a cooked human finger in her food. I remember this case. I remember this. I just ruined it. Oh, okay.
Well, you just gave away the answer.
I totally did. I was going to do an episode about this. I just totally gave away a point. Anyway.
Cheater!
Anna Zilka was dining at a fast food restaurant when she said she found a cooked human finger in her food, which became known as the chili finger. The fast food chain lost $21 billion in business. Turns out Anna got the finger from her husband's coworker who lost it in an industrial accident. Anna spent 4 years in prison. Now, am I bluffing or is that a true story?
True.
True? Okay, yes, it's true.
It happened at a Wendy's.
It did happen at a Wendy's. And then after that happened, there was a bunch of people trying to do that with, like, I remember there was one in Chicago with, like, Pepsi. There was, like, a fingernail and a Pepsi or something like that.
There was one with the rat.
And ask them for their finger.
Yeah, and Coke.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, Waffle. What was that?
I was just wondering how somebody goes up and asks somebody, "Can I have that finger you lost?"
Yeah.
I mean,
You gonna eat that?
That's gotta be an awkward conversation, right?
Man, I have dipped a lot of things in a Wendy's Frosty, but I think that one takes cake.
Not a severed finger.
There was one with a Burger King with somebody said they found a deep fried rat in their onion rings.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that. It looked like it was a chicken nugget or something, and it looked like it was the shape of a rat, but it was actually a chicken nugget. Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked at Burger King in the 80s. Don't even tell me to tell you stories.
You lived them.
It is the mayor's turn. This one's called Gearhead. Michael Baker was jailed after he posted a photo of himself on Facebook siphoning gas from a local police vehicle. The photo quickly circulated through his local town, and it wasn't long before Baker was charged with theft for the unlawful taking and spent time in the slammer.
That was absolutely true.
It was true. Mayor, I'm just writing you down as mayor. You're just the mayor of this show now.
They just know me as the mayor, Wrench, or that gnome.
Yeah. Ron, I'm just going to ask you if you're going to chat, do it in the actual chat, not the private chat, because it pops up and covers the screen when you do that. I would appreciate it, just because I have to keep closing it and I can't read that. I heard the beep. Did somebody else join? Yes, Ed's here. Ed.
Hey, Ed.
Hey, Ed.
Can you guys hear me? It looks like you're accidentally sharing your screen too, so I'm going to remove that. Hey, Ed, you got here just in time. You didn't even miss a turn or anything. Right now, we are on Waffle Salter's turn.
Am I okay?
You're okay.
Okay. Got it.
It's good to see you.
I see me now. Okay.
We don't know, Ed. Is there something you want to tell us?
No, I just didn't see myself at first, but no.
Nope, you're here. I wonder if I'm going to mess around. What if I do this? No, that's too much. That's kind of better. Makes people bigger. I'll leave it like that. Waffle Salter, spread the love. Police arrested a man dressed as a Snickers bar after his girlfriend, who was dressed as a jar of peanut butter, waved another man who was dressed as a jar of jam. Peter Jelkin of Little Rock, Arkansas, was arrested for assault at the food fancy dress party thrown by the supermarket chain that all three worked for? True or false?
Shit. False.
That is false. You get a point. And let me pull this up. Let me give you your point. And I want to make sure I have this up. So if anybody does want to pull the chat, I am ready to do that. Because I'm not. I'm totally not ready to do that. But okay, I'm ready now.
Man, that mix of them salties and sweets, that sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, dude. Surprise!
Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Okay.
Brothers Chris and Michael lived in Nottingham. Like Robin Hood, they robbed from the rich to give to the poor themselves. One night, they broke into Newark Castle and stole a large quantity of silver. As they made their escape, the lights were turned on and 100 smartly dressed people shouted surprise. They weren't expecting Chris and Michael, but the 14th Earl of Nottingham.
And I assume it was the 14th Earl's birthday.
It doesn't say. All I have is the information I read to you. I can read it again, or you can pull the chat, or both.
All right. So Nottingham, that's in England.
It is. I've been there. It's a quaint little town.
They broke in to steal a bunch of silver and got surprised on their way out.
From Newark Castle. Yep.
I don't know. The English, they're pretty stupid. So
Yeah.
they might not have done their research. I'm going to say false.
That is correct. It is false. Everybody's getting a point tonight. Ron, are you ready for your question? Insufficient funds, Ron. It wasn't that hard for police to track down the thief who stole a cash machine from a local store in Sevierville. I'm just going to say Sevierville. Seville. It's Seville. It's not Sevier. Sevierville's in Tennessee. Let me start over. I can't read. It wasn't that hard for police to track down the thief who stole a cash machine from a local store in Seville, Spain. He was the last person to use it before stealing it, wanting to make sure the machine was working. Jose Mila used his card and was filmed doing this. Police soon had all his details and made their arrest. Is that true? Ron saying true. Yes. You can speak. It's just that it.
I don't want to cause any problems. I don't know what's going on.
No. When you first came on, I don't know if you had it.
I had the TV on.
Yeah, that's what it was. So that's fine. You're good. Ron gets a point. Ed, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. This one's titled Medieval. 2 men were arrested for planting medieval booby traps along a popular hiking trail near Provo, Utah. One of the traps was designed to swing a grapefruit-sized rock armed with wooden spikes at whoever set it off. The men were arrested after chatting about the traps on Facebook. It's always Facebook. What do you think, Ed? True or false? Or, like I said, I'm telling everybody, you can poll the audience, answer, or I can read it again.
I'm saying that's true because idiots like to brag on Facebook.
It's true. It's both true that that's a true story, and it is true that criminals like to brag on Facebook.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
It's not your turn. If you guys could be muted, if it's not too much trouble, I think it would just be a better listening experience for the audience that way. And I will stay muted even when I'm talking, as per usual.
I don't know how to mute it.
Oh, that's okay. If you're on your phone and it's too difficult, that's fine. Just if it's easy, if it's, if you can, I'd appreciate it. If not, that's fine too. Do you guys see Ava just sitting in the background of Mr. Zed? Let me make you big, Mr. Zed. Look at how cute.
me.
Look at how cute she is sitting back there.
Hi, Ava.
All right. And of course Xena's still here too.
Hey, Zena.
Hi, Xena.
Where is she? There she is. We'll fill it. She's out cold. Some cards so you could read for me. Just a simple thumbs up or thumbs down, like. He's gonna come up and get cards. I do keep him locked in the basement, so. All right, he's running up the stairs. Okay, he's meandering slowly up the stairs. Thank you, Waffle Salter. We got a super chat from Waffle Salter, who's actually here, and I can say thank you to you in person. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Treats
Job
all
there, Waffle.
around. Oh, look, my mom, Yo Mama, who's in the chat, got us new treats today. So we're going to get these Jinx bites for them. Brand new bag.
Nice.
Ooh, if I can get them open. Mr. Zed, you need to give Ava a treat. Please. Xena, here's the bag. Oh, where? There she is. What is happening? And if I could just make Xena big. Oh my gosh, I'm clicking all of the wrong buttons.
Oh, yippee skippy, it's raining.
And welcome to a brand new episode of Charities I, where she clicks all the wrong buttons.
All the wrong buttons. I'm just trying to make Xena big on the screen.
Another professional broadcast.
Absolutely. Come on, Xena, and shake. Just shake. Thank you. She's not too sure about that treat. All right. Back to business. It's my turn. It's my turn now. Every single person has a point. So if I don't get a point right now, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Disappointed. Huh?
Will you read me a card, sweetie?
Told you don't call him sweetie in front of me.
I can't hear you. Are you muted? He's muted.
Mr. Zed, we can't hear you.
That's all right. I don't need to play. It's fine.
Isn't it because of your headphones, Katie?
No. Can you guys hear him? I can't hear him.
I can't hear him.
Yeah.
No, I can't hear him either.
Nope.
Runs in the
Yeah, like my
family.
wife. My late wife would have loved it if she couldn't hear me.
If she could mute you?
Yeah.
We'll go back to the top of the order. Christo. This one is called OJ. And I don't think it's about OJ Simpson. Although if it was, it would be... Oh, look at that, puppers. Ed, what's your dog's name?
Bubba.
Bubba? Sweet Bubba. You know that if you have a dog on here, anytime somebody super chats, your dog has to have treats as well. Just how it works.
No,
Them's the rules. I don't make the rules.
I got 3 dogs and a cat in here.
Skip the cat.
Yeah. Who needs a cat? OJ, a thief in Portland, Oregon, broke into a house, stealing everything without leaving any fingerprints. However, he had taken a gulp of orange juice, leaving the empty carton in the sink. The container was sent straight to the DNA testing unit, and the man was quickly arrested.
That's false.
That's what I would have said too. It is true, but the reason I would have said false is who's doing DNA testing for a burglary unless somebody was killed or something. They don't even test.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the thing is Also, that means they already had his DNA on file too.
For sure. But did you know that they don't test rape kits unless they have a suspect in mind? So why are we testing orange juice containers for a burglary?
I don't
It's
believe
crazy
it.
to me.
I don't believe it.
The lab was bored.
I guess.
Practice.
All right. Next up is Mr. Zed. Selfie. This is called. A man wanted on a DUI charge was sent a man wanted on a DUI charge sent a selfie to police in Ohio because he found the photo on his arrest warrant to be unflattering. The fugitive texted police a new picture saying, "Here's a better picture. That one is terrible." The police thanked him and then arrested him. Sure. What's up with your microphone?
I have no idea.
Oh, I can hear you.
Oh,
Now.
there is now.
Are you guys closed?
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
Oh, all right.
It is true.
Online says it's open till 9.
We're not anything to do with Brown.
Let me see if I can.
No, we're trying to pick up a package from UPS.
We'll do that. I'll bring him back in a second. Did you say true, honey?
Yes.
You did. Okay, so you got a point. Very good.
You want me to read yours?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Did they actually update the photo?
I think they just arrested him. Although that would have been funny if they just used that as yeah.
I believe they did update the photo after his arrest.
Did they?
That's
I
awesome.
hate when that happens.
All right, give me a question, hon.
All right. Oink, oink. An Ohio man reportedly called 911 threatening to harm himself after he had downed an entire bottle of Everclear because his pet pig, Millie, had eaten all of his marijuana. He was charged with disorderly conduct and later said that he would keep his weed out of reach of his pot-bellied pig.
I bet that was some good bacon afterwards, huh?
Nice
Tender.
Infused bacon.
Yeah. I'm gonna say false.
It was true.
Dang, you're mirrored, so I can't even read that if I want.
How is that true? You can't drink a half a gallon of Everclear and live.
And live.
No.
All right, next up is Mayor. The Mayor. Are you done with your customers, Mayor?
Yeah, I have no idea what they're coming here for. We have nothing to do with Brown.
Don't fall for it. A suspect died during a foot pursuit when he ignored a police officer's warning not to jump a fence and fell 25 feet into a ravine.
That is true.
Mm-hmm. That is true. That reminds me of that video. I don't know if I covered it. I think I had it in my queue to cover, and then KFAR ended up covering it, so I didn't. But there was that guy that jumped over a fence and landed in a river in Wisconsin in the winter and didn't know how to swim. He didn't know how to swim, and he jumped in a river to get away from police. Wow. So, yes, you did get a point. Waffle Salter, you're up, bro.
Oh, shit.
This one's called Tattoo. Anthony Garcia decided to recreate the scene of a gangland killing he had committed in prison. Anthony Garcia decided to recreate the scene of a gangland killing he had committed in prison-style tattoos on his chest. Cops, when later looking through gang mugshots, were reminded of the crime and arrested Anthony. He was given a life sentence for the murder.
I'm going to go true.
That is true, and I covered that story. Hey, Colin, if you want to join, I'll put the link in the chat.
Hey, Colin.
We're only on the second round, so you are not out of it if you do decide to join. There are prizes. Did I tell you guys what the prizes were tonight?
New car.
Not a new car, but if you win, you get a how to get away with crime. Sorry, it says not my how to get away with crime notebook, and it is a blank notebook. So when you're watching my show, you can take notes. on all the dumb stuff that get people caught while committing their crimes. So, winner tonight gets this. It's a hardcover. It's got perforated pages. It's very nice. You definitely want to win one of these. All right, let me see.
What, perforated pages so we can leave it for the cops to find? I don't think so.
No, it's got perforated pages, so after you're done with it, you can rip it out and burn it. You burn the evidence after that. Dude, you ready? You're up. Branch out. British police had very little difficulty tracking down a wannabe bank robber, David Snow, as he tried and failed to rob his local branch of Barclays Bank in the village of Breen. Having only been in the branch half an hour earlier, he had given the cashier his full name and address.
No, Samantha.
Answers are true, false, poll the audience, or I can read it again.
No, that's got to be true because criminals are stupid.
All of these should be true if that was the case. This one is actually, that's a false. Sorry.
Oh,
No
well.
point for you.
That's fine. I didn't need that murder book anyway.
There was one where a guy robbed a bank and he wrote his robbery note on one of his deposit slips from his checking account.
I remember that one. I just watched a documentary recently. I think it was on Netflix or one of those places, How to Rob a Bank. It was a very good documentary about bank robberies. I will find the name of it and tell you guys tomorrow on the show what the actual name of that documentary was. It was very interesting. It was about this guy who got away with bank robberies for like 4 years. Next up is Ron. Ron, this one's called Weekend at Bernie's. Bernie Hammer had problems with folks on his block who liked to throw noisy parties. One weekend, Bernie saw his opportunity and broke into their house to steal their very loud stereo. While in the house, his wallet must have fallen out of his pocket. Bernie was later visited by police and arrested for the burglary.
False.
That is false. Correct. You get a point.
Woo!
All right, Ed, you're up.
Has anybody gotten anything wrong except for you, Katie?
Jude got one wrong, Crystal got one wrong, and I got one wrong. I am going to mute Mayor. I wish there was a way I could just mute him. Oh, he's back.
Oh,
okay.
It worked out louder.
It's okay.
Why don't you go buy a 9-volt battery and turn off that smoke alarm?
Yeah. All right, Ed, burn it up. A group of thieves in Everett, Washington attempted to rob a local ATM. Using a blowtorch, they attempted to access the ATM cash box by setting the machine ablaze. Unfortunately, the thieves accidentally set the money on fire in the process. The entire cash box, along with the thieves' dreams of riches, went up in flames.
Is that true?
It is true.
I think I remember seeing something like that on TV on one of those cop shows.
You get a point.
Yeah, I remember that story too.
I think so.
I don't remember that one. These are all stories that I should go through the cards that we've done tonight, find all the true stories, and then find the news articles about them, and actually cover them. Mr. Zed, it is my turn. Would you mind reading a card for me, sir?
Going to read you a card. Can you hear me? Good herbs. Rayton Jennings walked past a local weed shop every day in Santa Rosa, California. One evening after closing, he decided to break in and help himself to some drugs. Eager to try some of his haul, he ingested a large number of pills and smoked a joint. He woke up in the local jail after the pills he took were accidentally sleeping aids.
Ooh. Wowzers. I'm going to poll the audience for this one. Read it again while I get the chat up.
Good Herbs Rayton Jennings walked past his local weed shop every day in Santa Rosa, California. One evening after closing, he decided to break in and help himself to some drugs. Eager to try some of his haul, he ingested a large number of pills and smoked a joint. He woke up in the local jail as the pills he took were accidentally sleeping aids.
You gonna shut down?
All right, we're gonna talk about this while the chat answers. Please answer the question in the chat: true or false about the guy taking a bunch of sleeping aids?
I don't see how there are sleeping aids at a pot shop in California. Now, I'm not
Well,
familiar with the rules out there, but I don't think they should have pills. Well,
It could have been like that crane. Is it Crampton or something like that? Did they
Kratom.
sell it? Kratom?
Yeah, but kratom ain't gonna put you to sleep. It's gonna make you stupid.
Oh, I don't know.
They do have
Allegedly.
weed-infused sleeping aids.
Oh,
Yeah, good at those.
interesting. All right, so the chat has answered, and they think 75% say false. So I'm gonna say false. And I did figure out how to mute people, so we'll do that.
Answer is false.
False. Thank you, chat. I got a point finally. I finally get a point. 1 point for me. I am one question behind, by the way, though. So, but that's all right. I get it. It is my game. Christo, you're up, man.
Hey.
I gotta put you guys back in the correct order. This is confusing me. Put you there. All right. Trucked off. Clive Helford thinks big. The British criminals stole a truck and loaded it with 18 pallets of stolen nickel and copper worth around $150,000. Or sorry, pounds. Because they're British. The haul was huge, maybe too huge. Cops arrested Helford after the truck's suspension collapsed under the weight of his ill-gotten gains.
Ah, that sounds true to me.
It is true. It is true. Another point for Christo. That is a true story. The mayor is up next. Let me put you in the correct order and unmute you as well.
Yeah.
All right, Mayor McWrench, you ready?
I'm all set.
Toot toot. Deputies, the Clay County Sheriff's Office, were searching a wooded area for a man wanted for possession of a controlled substance. When the subject passed gas so loudly, his hiding spot was revealed.
That sounds crazy enough to be true.
It's true. That's true. You get a point.
Woohoo!
Man, the mayor's cleaning up.
Seems like that only happened about 4 weeks ago. How old is this game?
It's pretty old. I mean, I've had it for like a year, so it's pretty old.
Sure, it's happened before.
No, it probably just happened again.
Well, people get like nervous gas, maybe, so maybe it happens a lot. Up next is Waffle Salter. Waffle Salter Painted Black is the name of this one. Albert Downey broke into a home by smashing a glass door with a paint can, but the can broke open, covering him in paint. Downey still made off with 2 cans of tuna fish and a box of oatmeal, but police quickly tracked him down to a nearby motel.
Ooh.
He painted himself black.
How many times can I poll the chat? Can I only do that once?
No, you can poll the chat as much as you want. Let's poll the chat.
Yeah, let's do that.
Start a poll.
I know which way I'm leaning, but...
True. Oops. Or false. And this is Waffle Salter question. Start poll. Okay, so I started the next poll. It's called Paint It Black. Albert Downey broke into a home by smashing a glass door with a paint can, but the can broke open, covering him in paint. Somebody's got to get muted. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Albert Downey broke into a home by smashing a glass door with a paint can, but the can broke open, covering him in paint. Downey still made off with 2 cans of tuna fish, a box of oatmeal, but police quickly tracked him down to a nearby motel. The audience is saying 67% true, 33% false.
Ooh. I'm gonna go true.
It is true. True story.
Tuna fish is important.
I mean, seriously. I'm going to put the link in the chat again if anybody wants to come up. I think I heard somebody. Oh, Christo, excellent. Christo, are you leaving on purpose or is it just logging you out? Do you want me to stop logging you back in? Just let me know. All right, next up is Dude, which you need to be there. Okay.
Yeah, put me there. You go. It's a story of a lovely lady.
Time lock. A masked man walked. A masked
Here's
man
Schultze.
walked. What's up?
He's the maid.
Yes. Alice. Just call him Alice.
Well, he called her Schultze from their first program.
I don't remember that.
Love that Bob.
A masked man walked into a pawn shop in Luton, England, and gave the teller a note saying that he was armed and wanted money. The teller gave the man a stack of cash, but the thief demanded, I can read. The thief demanded gold from the safe. The teller told the man that the safe had a time lock and would only open 24 hours later. Incredibly, the man returned the following day where the police were waiting for him and arrested him.
Think I remember that story, and if not, then I'm wrong, but true.
It's actually false, but that is a dumb story. Like, why would you come back 24 hours later?
Yes, criminals are so stupid. If they put so much effort into a career, they would be so rich. All right, fine. Should go back to playing poker.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. Again, I'm hitting the wrong. We lost. Who did we lose? Oh, we lost. No, Ron's here. I feel like we lost somebody, but I don't know who it was. Oh, well. I guess I'll figure out as I go through the list, huh?
The mayor.
Mayor. Oh, no. We lost the mayor. Ron, you're up.
Okay.
Mayor McWrench, if you come back, do a little private message so I know to... There's too many people, so it doesn't pop all the way up. So I don't see when people come in. This one is called Check Please. There he is. Check Please. James Ryan of Memphis was charged with forgery after he handed a waitress a $100 bill. The waitress knew something was suspicious with the note, as the image of Ben Franklin... It was Abe, instead of the image of Ben Franklin, it was Abe Lincoln who was staring back at her. So he handed her a $100 bill with Abe Lincoln on it instead of Ben Franklin. True or false? Or poll the chat.
False.
It is actually true. That's a true story.
Got that wrong last time too.
Yeah, I remember when they were talking about doing that people would trim off like the 10 or 5 off a bill, and swap them out.
Ed,
why
your
couldn't I
turn.
have that question, Katie? I think this is all rigged.
It is totally rigged against you. Doctor's orders. This is for Ed. Michelle, a California resident, had recently been arrested for forging prescriptions. During her trial, Michelle brought in a doctor's note to help delay her sentencing. The note turned out to be a forgery.
Jesus.
Let me end this
I'm going to say
poll.
true.
Sorry, you said true?
Yeah.
It is true.
Jesus.
Michelle from California did do that.
All right, Michelle.
You get a point. Mr. Z, it is my turn. Could you
The dude from Georgia also did that.
All right, you ready? Can you hear me? All right.
Yes, please read the question.
Extra juicy steak. Joey Mazzata was a grill cook in Boston. After a customer sent back an undercooked steak for the third time, Joey spit on the steak. Turns out it was 2003 and Joey was carrying SARS, which he passed to the customer. Joey boasted to his friends that he spat on the steak. Joey was arrested for attempted murder.
That seems... I'm going to poll the chat, but that seems like a heck of a charge. Although, I do remember that happening with AIDS patients where they would arrest them for like attempted murder for that sort of stuff. And they tried to do that with COVID too. Like if you coughed on somebody on purpose or something like that, they were charging people with assault. I don't know. I'm polling the chat. We'll see what they say. Will you read it again to them, please? I like to read it twice when I poll the
I
chat.
think I got it wrong, Katie. Don't
In case they
take
weren't
the
paying
poll.
attention.
Extra juicy steak. Joey Mazzata was a grill cook in Boston. After a customer sent back an undercooked steak for the third time, Joey spit on the steak. Turns out it was 2003 and Joey was carrying SARS, which he passed to the customer. Joey boasted to his friends that he spat on the steak. Joey was arrested for attempted murder.
The audience is saying false. I'm going to go with the audience. I trust them implicitly.
Do not trust the audience.
Oh, no.
But they were right this time.
Okay. I knew I trusted him for a reason. I finally got a point, or another point. All right. Who's up next? Christo, you're up next. What do you guys, you know what, before we move on to the next round, what do you guys think of that? Like, do you think people should get charged with attempted murder for spitting on a steak?
I think
that's
on my
assault.
steak, I
One at a time.
would be arrested for murder.
Chris or Mayor McWrench, what do you think?
I think if anything, it should be at least assault.
Assault sounds good. Ron, what do you think?
If it's intentional, yes. If it's accidental, that's questionable.
Attempted murder?
No, assault.
I guess the question is, did he know he had SARS? And also, what the heck is SARS?
It's believe it or not, COVID is in the same family as SARS.
Okay.
So it's like a cold.
It's the sniffles. That's what it is.
I know they've arrested people assault with the bodily fluids. So
yeah,
I think that would be more of a charge than attempted murder.
Attempted murder seems steep.
That seems a little extreme.
Severe acute respiratory syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
So the same as COVID, basically.
Yeah, but what if they had an underlying condition, like they say we do with COVID, and this person died? That's
But he
attempted
didn't
murder.
die.
Then you elevate the charge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you elevate the charge from assault to into a homicide charge.
Well, I think it should be like it should
Or
be like whatever
involuntary
the
manslaughter.
like the drunk driving murder charge, whatever that one is. Like unintentional vehicular, maybe not vehicular.
Murder too.
Yeah, it's not like premeditated. All right, Next question is for Christo. I heard the thing beep. Did somebody come in? Oh, Christo. Christo, do you keep accidentally dropping, or are you doing that on purpose?
No, I'm not even dropping.
You're well, it is your turn, so good thing you're back.
All right.
Wrong shop. Daryl Peters of Mansfield, England, used his car to smash through a shop front, a technique called ram raiding in the UK, so he could steal the cash register. Sadly, Daryl wasn't wearing his glasses that day and smashed straight through the front of the High Street police station. He didn't have to go far to go to one of the cells.
That's a tough one.
It's pretty dumb, but it is called Dumb Criminals, so...
Yeah. I'm going to say true.
It is false, actually.
Oh. I recall hearing something like that recently.
Dang.
Next up is Mr. Zed. Heavy metal. Ray Murphy of Winchester, England, stole some lead from the roof of Winchester Cathedral. With over 2 yards of lead in his arms, 2 yards. Yards is not, I guess...
6 feet.
Okay. I was thinking like a weight. I'm like, yards is not a unit of measurement, but it is a unit of measurement. And I'm pretty blonde sometimes. Ray Murphy from Winchester, England, stole some lead from the roof of the Winchester Cathedral. With over 2 yards of lead in his arms, he tried to climb down an iron drain pipe. He miscalculated his footing and fell 20 feet, trapping himself with the lead. He was arrested the next morning, crying for help due to the pain in his ribs.
False.
That is false. Correct. You get a point. All right. Mayor McWrench, are you ready for your question?
Don't at me.
Easy come. In the early hours of the morning, a bank's ATM was robbed and $15,240 was taken. The following day, a man entered the same bank and deposited $15,240 into his personal account. He was arrested soon after. That's pretty good.
I'm going with. Yeah.
I didn't hear. What did you say?
I'm going false.
What did I do with the... Oh, it's here. It is true, actually.
Damn it. I was going to go with that first. I'm going, hold on, an ATM machine doesn't usually hold that much.
And it was a weird amount, too. Like, right. Well, I guess it does come in 20. Like, usually you have to get $20.
Yeah, but that $15,000 $20 bills, that just... It seems like way too much for an ATM to hold.
It's over the daily limit.
Well, he stole it, so it doesn't... I guess the daily limit doesn't really matter, but, you know. Who's up next? Waffle Salter. Waffle Salter, this one's called Mixed Signals. Sisters Georgina and Paige learned a lot from their father, most of all, how to steal things. After an acquaintance agreed to give them electricity for $50 from the streetlights outside their home, Georgina messed up the connection and electrocuted Paige to death. She was arrested for stealing electricity and for killing her sister.
I'm going to go true. I don't know, though.
It's false, but I'm telling you what, if they would have said this was in India or somewhere like that, I would have totally thought it was true.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that one's false. Mr. Zed, will you read a couple of cards, please? Next up is Dude and then Ron.
Dude.
Sweet, because I need to go get a beer. Awesome.
Twerk. When Jacqueline Raymond left the bar, she had quite a lot to drink. Once outside, she bumped into a couple of police officers who she challenged to a twerking competition. Sadly, the officers weren't up for playing. Jacqueline couldn't help herself and twerked away, during which a small quantity of white powder fell from her skirt, thus ending her twerk and getting her a stay in prison.
If you did prison for a little bit of cocaine, you can completely believe that. Twerked for the officers, and she came out of a bar completely intoxicated. I'm going to go true.
It does not say that this happened in Atlanta, so it's false.
Could have been New Orleans, man. All right, I'm going to get a beer. Be back.
Grab me a beer too.
Who is next?
Ron.
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 All right. Here we go, Ron. Pay up. A 40-year-old man walked into the bank and handed the cashier a threatening note. The bank teller obliged and handed him $400. Unfortunately, the thief had overlooked the fact that his message was scribed on a piece of his payslip. It wasn't too long before detectives had the bank robber's full name and home address.
I think it said Katie muted me, so I don't know. Can you hear me?
No, we can. Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm going to say false.
This one happens to be true.
Did it again.
Next up is Ed. Thanks, hon.
Mr. Ed, how are you, sir?
How are you?
All right. Social butterfly. Armed robber Andrew Hennels was caught by police after he boasted on social media about his plans to raid a supermarket in a post which included a selfie, a picture of a knife, and the words, "Doing Texaco or Tesco over." Police apprehended the man 15 minutes later with a knife and 400 pounds in cash stolen from a Norfolk Tesco.
You don't even. It's true because they posted it on the internet.
True.
Very good.
And actually, I'm next, and then you can stop reading.
Wait a second. Wait a second. K-Far, he keeps on mentioning my name during his premieres, so I shout out to you, K-Far, too.
Awesome. K-Far, you're welcome to come up and join if you want.
Hey, K-Far.
Hey, cheers, Mr. Zed.
All right.
You ready, hon?
I am.
Easter eggs. Stumbling across a chocolate factory in Dayton, Ohio, Pedro Branks thought he would help himself to some chocolate. Breaking in easily, Pedro clambered across the machinery toward the storeroom, only to lose his footing and land in a chocolate silo. When he was arrested the next day, he said he never wanted to eat chocolate again.
Never wanting to eat chocolate again seems like a stretch, so I'm going to say false.
That one is false.
Yes.
Good one.
Next up is Christo. Hi, Christo. I don't know why these keep changing. I don't know how that keeps happening, but apparently y'all are not going to stay in order, so.
It's okay.
A fishy story. Rob Rose lost his first place medal and was charged with a felony after it was discovered that he'd cheated in a Texas fishing tournament by stuffing 1 pound weight down the throat of a bass he'd caught. Officials became suspicious when they placed Rose's fish in a tank and it sank to the bottom.
Oh, that is so true.
It is. I covered this story. This is not that long ago because I covered this story on my channel.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember when that happened for sure.
Yeah, but it wasn't a 1 pound weight. It was like a bunch of little ones, right?
It was a bunch of little, like those the fishing weights.
Yeah, and they didn't sink to the bottom of anything.
Yeah,
I'm
so
hard to
history
shoot.
repeats itself.
I'm from Cleveland, so I know this story.
Red or black? This one's for Mr. Zed. Mr. Zed, red or black? Braden Everett was arrested in the bathrooms of Apache Gold Casino in Arizona as he attempted to hide $100,000 of fake poker chips in the ceiling. Unfortunately, the bag broke and sent the chips flying all over the floor. The noise was so loud, security entered the bathroom and Braden was quickly arrested.
False.
That is false. You are correct. You get a point. Mayor McWrench, I'm going to unmute you. There's a lot of background noise at your job, Mayor McWrench, which is why I muted you, so I apologize for that.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, there's conveyors and blowers and everything else running around.
Yep. This one's called Pigs, and it's not about police. Interesting. Jimmy. Jimmy the Belt, in quotes, was a well-known traveler living in Fackingham, Norfolk, back in the early 2000s. Micropigs were all the rage. Jimmy managed to sell over 50 micropigs at 500 pounds a head to the locals. He was arrested 6 months later when the micropigs Jimmy sold started to double in size every month. It turns out Jimmy's pigs were just regular, normal piglets.
That is true.
It's actually false, but that's a great story.
I heard of something just like that. Another one that somebody was selling Maine Coon cats and found and then
they were just normal cats.
They weren't Maine Coon cats. They were actually something like a weird badger.
Well, the fact that she said a traveler lived somewhere should have given you a clue.
I should have.
Dead giveaway.
Damn, I got 2 wrong now. I suck.
That's it. Let me go. Well, when we get down to the bottom, when I do my next question, I'll read out the scores. Next up is it's me. I'm up. No, I'm sorry. I'm retarded. Waffle Salter's up next. Waffle Salter. This one's called Boats. Serial thief Michael Weber decided to steal a speedboat from Poole Harbor in the UK in 2008. On his way along the coast to his hometown in Lymington, he ran aground. He was picked up by the Coast Guard the next morning and handed over to the police. The name of his boat was Caught at Sea.
Let's pull the chat.
Okay, chat poll. Poll. This is Waffle Salter's question, and we're gonna do true or false. Start poll.
Can you repeat the story?
Yep, I'm on it. Serial thief Michael Weber decided to steal a speedboat from Poole Harbor in the UK in 2008. On his way along the coast to his hometown in Lymington, he ran aground. He was picked up by the Coast Guard the next morning and handed over to the police. The name of the boat was called Caught at Sea. Oh, it's 50-50 right now. No help at all.
Great.
Okay, so he didn't really commit a crime except running the boat up on shore, right?
Well, he stole the boat.
Oh, he stole the boat. Okay.
Yeah. He stole the speedboat from Poole Harbor and then was on his way home to Lymington.
I'm going to say false. I don't know.
The chat is literally 50-50 right now. Oh, you guys, somebody else vote quick.
It's got to be false. I'm going to go false.
It is false. You get a point.
Well, how many places you can go on a boat to your hometown in the UK.
Yeah, kind of does. All right, dude.
Right. And we also know from that last question that English people don't know how to boat.
True. Let me mute some people. All right. This one's called Respectful Break-In. A retired couple from Lancashire returned home from a holiday to discover a burglar fast asleep in their bed. The man had done their dishes, washed his underwear, and even brought some groceries. The couple knew something was wrong since their house was too tidy. Their house wasn't too tidy when they left. Let me read that again. A retired couple from Lancashire returned home from a holiday to discover a burglar fast asleep in their bed. The man had done the dishes, washed his underwear, and even brought some groceries. The couple knew something was wrong since the house wasn't too tidy when they left.
Okay. I would normally poll the group at this time.
Okay.
But I swear, I thought I had heard this story before, and I sure don't want notes left around about I'm going to commit crimes. So I'm going to say true.
It is true.
Yeah.
It is true.
Good one.
I mean, if anybody wants to break in here and clean my house, have at it.
Yeah,
honestly.
have it.
You can sleep in the guest. Like, you see the bed Zena's on right here? This is the guest bed. So we'll kick Zena off of there, and you can have a little nap.
Yeah, we usually pay $140 for somebody to do something like that. So, free. I'm good with it.
Actually, when you stayed over that one night, you slept in here, right?
Yes, ma'am, I did with all them pillars.
Yep. Roughing It. This is for Ron. Let me unmute Ron. He sounded like he was dying a second ago. You okay, Ron? Okay. Roughing It. A South African robber broke into a local shop and thought it was wise to camp out for the evening, planning to walk out the front door the next morning. The man instead was found immediately by the shop owner that morning. The suspect was handed over to the police. Needless to say, he was camping out that evening in a jail cell. This story reminds me of that story that I covered about that guy that lived in the Toys R Us. Do you guys remember that one?
I'm going to say false.
This one is actually true.
Of course.
Actually true.
And on a side note, Mr. Zed, you have somebody watching your back, bro. Look to your left.
Mr. Zed, will you read Ed a question? Because I want to pull up that, since I mentioned it, I want to put it in the chat, the story about the guy that lived in it's a great story. Go watch this episode after the game. But this guy broke out of jail or prison, and he ended up breaking into a Toys R Us. Well, he walked into a Toys R Us and lived in the walls for months. He lived in there, and he would just come out at night, and he ate all of the snacks and stuff in there. And apparently they sold baby food, so most of his nutrients were coming from baby food. And he was just an escaped prisoner living inside of a Toys R Us. It's a crazy story. All right, sorry. Will you read for Ed, please? And I think I have Ed muted too, so we'll unmute him.
No, I'm okay.
Ed. All right, here we go. Taser time. Following a bar fight in Austin, Texas, small-time criminal Raymond Fields found a police taser on the street by the bar. He then used the taser to rob people. He was quite successful for a while until he tried to taser someone while high. He ended up tasering himself, and the lucky victim immediately called police and had Raymond taken away.
I'm going to pull the chat.
Oh, you got to give me a second.
I'm giving you.
Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I got to find this story. I got too much going on. I should have somebody else keeping score, and then I should have somebody else running my channel. and I should have somebody else clicking the buttons. Really, I should just hire out help.
Yeah, where's number 2 at?
I don't know. She didn't answer my text. There it is. I found it. It says all the way back, episode number 6, I covered this. So that's how old, like, I look so different in this. Like, the layout's different. I was using OBS at the time. It's crazy how much different I look. There's the Roofman story, the guy who lived in the Toys R Us. And Xena on this doesn't even have too much gray on her face. Times have changed. Okay, what was I going to do? Poll the chat? We can do
Yep.
that. Poll the chat. This is Ed's
Taser
question.
time.
Mr. Zed, you said it was a cop's taser?
All right, so I'm going to read it again for you. Following a big bar fight in Austin, Texas, a small-time criminal, Raymond Fields, found a police taser on the street by the bar. He then used the taser to rob people. He was quite successful for a while until he tried to taser someone while high. He ended up tasering himself, and the lucky victim immediately called police and had Raymond taken away.
That just seems too plausible. I'm gonna say false.
The chat is saying 50. Oh, they're 50-50 right now. The chat is 50-50. So yeah, I guess if you want to say whatever you want to say.
I'm gonna say false.
Okay.
The answer is false.
Nice.
The key is police taser. He may have gotten away with it once, but he would not have had multiple victims.
That makes sense. The chat is wrong. You guys suck. You're wrong. They're saying 60% true. All of you that answered true, you're losers. Just saying. It's my turn.
All right.
Ed got that point, right? Yeah.
Albert Calling.
Okay.
In 2010, Albert decided to rob a store in Connecticut. His plan was to call the store in advance so that they could have the money ready and he could make a quick escape. His plan was almost perfect, except for the one obvious flaw. The police were waiting for Albert when he came to pick up the cash.
That is so dumb. It's got to be true, right? I'm going to say true.
It is.
It is true. Awesome. All right. We're going back to the top of the order. At the moment, Christo has 3 points. Mr. Zed has 4 points. Mayor McWrench has 3 points. Waffle Salter has 4 points. Jude has 3 points. Ron has 2 points. Ed has 4 points, and I have 4 points. That's the score. Up next is Christo, and we have him back. I don't know why your computer keeps.
I don't know. I'm not touching anything.
I believe you. I believe you. Stop or I'll shoot. Busy mother Jessica Ulrey was tired of her kids spending too much time watching TV, so she took her .22 long rifle and fired multiple rounds into the TV. No one was hurt, but she was charged with reckless discharge of a firearm.
That's got to be false.
It's true.
Oh,
it
no.
happened. Yeah, and this is why you don't fire guns.
Yeah.
I heard recently somebody who didn't know what they were talking about was saying somewhere, I can't even remember where, but that it's illegal not to fire a warning shot if you're going to defend yourself, which is the most dumb thing I've ever heard in my life. Most places, it's illegal to fire a warning shot. You're not allowed to fire warning shots. It is absolutely illegal to. So whoever was watching that person, hopefully you don't go to jail for misinformation.
No, that's
There
crazy.
are no warning shots. How was that illegal?
You cannot fire warning shots. Illegal, illegal, illegal. You will go to jail.
No, there's the first shot. It's not a warning.
The most retarded thing I've heard all week, honestly. Sorry if you're offended by the R word. I say it. Only when
Well,
people are
I
paying
tell you what,
attention.
that is the most retarded thing I've heard all week.
I'm
So,
saying. Yeah, she was saying something about how if somebody breaks into your house or comes to your house, that you have to give them a verbal warning, and in most places you have to also fire a warning shot. You can't just random willy-nilly be firing shots in the air or at the ground. Ricochets, like it's just crazy. Insane.
What about the kneecap? Does that count as a warning shot?
No, kneecap is all right. You need to pepper spray their kneecap before you can shoot them dead. I think
After you
that's
shoot them?
Yeah, exactly.
So if somebody breaks into my house, they're not getting a warning shot.
No.
No.
They're getting the only way that they don't get shot is if Xena attacks them first, because I don't want to accidentally hit Xena, is all I'm saying.
Got it. I don't think Xena can get off that bed to do it.
I mean, she does, like when the Amazon guy comes and stuff, she sounds very vicious, which is really all she needs to do is sound vicious, right?
Yeah, true.
Whose turn did we just do? Christo's, right?
Yeah.
So it's Mr. Zed's turn. Mr. Zed, this one's called Sneakerhead. Owen Smith was a sneakerhead, spending hundreds of dollars on shoes. In order to support his habit, Owen sold shoes over the internet signed by famous basketball player Shaquille O'Neal. The problem was that Owen signed the shoes himself, spelling Shaq's name S-H-A-K. Owen was arrested for fraud. It does sound pretty dumb. Like, would you not look up how to spell his name?
Yeah, you would.
Although I've put out whole video, like thumbnails before, scheduled streams with misspellings in the thumbnail before I realized it. So, you know.
Yeah, but you're not passing up. No, it's false, because he probably would only be able to get away with it once or twice before someone called him out on it. So false.
It is false. You get a point. Mr. Zed, the first one to 5. By the way, Mr. Zed or myself are not allowed to win. Xena can't win either. So one of the rest of you is going to get the not my How to Get Away with Crime notebook. Mayor McWrench. I think I might have the mayor muted. I do. Hi, Mayor McWrench. How are you? Welcome back.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. This one's called The Chain. A Florida man. Oh, it's got to be true. It's a Florida man. Didn't even read
Florida
it yet.
man. Yeah.
Florida man figured he could make off with a chainsaw, of all the things, from his local hardware store. So, in the absence of a backpack, he stuffed the device down his pants and ran for the exit. When an employee gave chase, he ditched the chainsaw and ran into the woods. He was arrested hours later upon returning for the device.
That was true.
There's a video. I've seen. I may have played it on my channel, but there's a video of a guy with a chainsaw down his pants. I remember it very clearly. That is true.
What brand chainsaw was down there? Was it a Viva?
I don't know.
It's probably a steel.
Microbe.
Small chainsaw.
There's a microbe.
Something. It was something.
He's lucky he didn't end up missing a few parts.
Definitely wasn't a Husqvarna. Waffle Salter! Sir, if the cuff fits. Michael Brown. That Michael Brown? I think it's a different Michael Brown, right? It can't be that guy. The hands up, don't shoot guy? Michael Brown and his friends were goofing around when his wrist was caught in handcuffs. Turns out nobody had a key. After considering a hacksaw and a torch, Michael went to a police station to see if they would help. After discovering an outstanding warrant and marijuana in his pocket, the police decided to keep the cuffs on. What do you think, Waffle?
I feel like I'm getting the hard ones here.
If you want to think about it, I can tell you a funny handcuff story while you think. Do you want to poll the chat?
Let's pull the chat.
All right,
Yeah.
let me do the poll, and then I'll tell you a funny handcuff
Where
story.
where was it again?
It doesn't say. It just says that the guy's name is Michael Brown. Waffle Salter. Oh, it would help if I do this button. Start a poll. Yes. Waffle Salter, true or false? I'll read the question again and then I'll tell you the story. Michael Brown and his friends were goofing around when his wrist was caught in handcuffs. Turns out nobody had a key. After considering a hacksaw and a torch, Michael went to a police station to see if they could help. After discovering an outstanding warrant and marijuana in his pocket, the police decided to keep the cuffs on. So, when I was a teenager, so this is like, I don't know, 100 years ago, something like that. When I was a teenager, I was babysitting for this couple, and the father was a police officer. And these kids were terrorists. I'm telling you what, there was 2 kids. One of them was like a little baby, not a terrorist, but the other one was a terrorist, and he had to be like 4 or 5 years old. This kid handcuffed me to a metal fire truck, and I thought they were like play handcuffs because the dad was a cop. So I thought maybe the kid had like, pretend police stuff. Turns out they were real handcuffs, and I had to like change this baby's diaper with a giant metal fire truck handcuffed to my wrist. It was insane. And the parents felt so bad when they got home. I didn't know what to do. I was like 15 or something like that at the time. Okay, so sorry. That was a little tangent of a story. The chat is saying true. The chat is saying 66% true.
Wait a minute. I want to know if you're following this kid on Facebook now.
No, I don't. I don't
Okay.
have Facebook A, but B, I don't even remember their names. I barely remember I had never babysat for them again after that. It was the first and last time I ever babysat for them.
I'm going to go with chat. Let's go true.
It is true.
Thank you, chat.
Waffle Salter is the second person to get to 5 points and the only one eligible to win a prize right now. Dude, you're
that
up
means
next.
I got to stop drinking.
It's fine. It's fine. It's true.
I have to complete this end poll. All right. OG Teddy. This one is for the dude. Sean Joseph was a drug runner in New York and would sit on medium-sized quantities of drugs. He would hide the drugs in his 7-year-old daughter's toy. One day, I lost my place. One day, without Sean's knowledge, the daughter took the toy into school for show and tell. The kids were shown more than they expected. When Sean arrived to pick up his daughter, he was promptly arrested.
Well, as a stepfather whose stepson took a BB gun to school a week after Columbine, I'm going to say true.
Wow. A week after Columbine? It is
a week
false.
after Columbine. I got the call from his mom. Like, where's your gun? It's in my truck. Are you sure? Yep, here it is.
They were crazy after Columbine with the weapons on school grounds. My little brother worked at Walmart and was also in high school at the time. And you know how Walmart gives you those little safety box cutters as part of your uniform? They give you a little holster for it and everything. He got arrested and went to actual jail for having a weapon on school grounds because he was on his way to work after school to work at Walmart stocking shelves.
Well, back when I was in high school, we used to have shotguns in the back windows of pickup trucks.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Zed, same thing. He used. Didn't you say when you went to school in Oregon, they had like shooting classes and stuff?
Yeah,
they did that, but it was very small towns around this community for the school. Classes were first and second grade, or kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and third grade. But a lot of kids would ride horses to school. So we actually had breaks in between classes every now and again so the kids could go out, water their horses and such. But when they got to class, they would put their pistols and their knives on the teacher's desk. And it was because the kids that were riding horses in the back country, if they come across a rattlesnake, they had to shoot it.
Yeah.
And that was life.
Makes sense.
When I was in high school, we always had a shotgun rifle, something in the back window of our trucks. Yeah, there was a lot of times that I drove a tractor to work or to school.
Yeah.
Truck be broke down or something, I just grab one of the tractors and drive the tractor into school.
Yep. So am I wrong or right?
You were wrong. It is a false.
Well, that figures.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Ron, you're up next. This one's called Phone. An opportunistic thief ran past Sheila on Park Lane in London and stole her cell phone while she was on a call. Sadly for the thief, as he turned to flee, he ran straight into a lamppost, knocking himself unconscious. He awoke to find himself in handcuffs.
I know I'm getting this wrong again, too. I'm going to say true.
It is false, but I know why you got it wrong, because recently there was a viral video of a woman stealing from a store and ran into a light post, and it was hilarious. This noise that it made. Did you guys see that video? Yeah, the noise that it made was so funny. If I come across it again, I'll play it on my on Crimeland show. But yeah, that was wrong, but it's happened before, so I can see why you got it wrong. Who's up next? Ed. Hi, Ed.
Hi.
Crack? ? North Charleston, a man died shortly after eating an ounce of cocaine hidden in his brother's buttocks in an attempt to avoid being caught by police officers. What did I just read? Holy cow. Let me read it again.
Words you would never put together.
Crack? In North Charleston, a man died shortly after eating an ounce of cocaine hidden in his brother's buttocks in an attempt to avoid being caught by police officers.
That's so wrong.
I am just.
No, it is called a butt crack.
I'm just picturing a dude eating his brother's butt and dying of a cocaine overdose. Okay, I'm sorry. What was your answer?
I'm going to say true.
It is true. That's a true story. I can't believe it either, but that's a true story.
Oh,
sounds
an
awful
ounce.
enough.
An ounce of cocaine he ate.
An ounce of cocaine.
Man, he's got to be dead by now.
Yeah, he died shortly after, it said. So, yeah.
Well, he died, but the thing is, he was wide awake for quite a while.
Yeah. Okay, so Kfar saying send him the link. I'm not sure if he wants the link of a dude eating ass or the link to join the stream. I'm not sure, but it's my turn. So if you could read to me, I would appreciate it. I'll put the link to join if anybody wants to join as well.
Oh, he says he needs that video.
We have about 30 minutes left, so if you want to join for a little while.
Woof, justice.
Woof, like
Relaford
WOOF? Or
Yep.
W or ROOF?
No, WOOF.
Okay.
Woof. Relaford Cooper was arrested after a high-speed chase that involved running 2 stop signs before crashing into a house. I wasn't driving that car, he told police as he was being handcuffed. My dog was driving that car. No dog was found at the scene.
We've had this question before, and I don't remember the answer to it, but I remember you told the story of how Dusty drove your car.
He was traveling.
She wasn't driving, she was traveling.
She was traveling.
Relaford Cooper, what a fine young man.
I'm going to pull the chat, and while I'm pulling the chat, I'm going to tell you guys about the time that Dusty, which is a dog that we previously had, who's since passed away. She looked a lot like Xena, but gray. She was a gray with like tan highlights instead of brown with white highlights. But she looked a lot like Xena, like the blockhead sort of look. But Dave went to the bank and he drove like a little Tiburon at the time. It was a stick shift.
Correct.
And apparently he didn't put the parking brake on.
No, I
And
did. I had the parking brake on.
well, you tell the story then.
So, get out, put it in neutral, throw the parking brake on, and she was in the car. I walked in, do my business, I'll walk out, the car's not there. And I turn around, I walk back into the bank, look around, I went,
My
well, I
car's
didn't
been
park
stolen.
I didn't park it in here. I walked back outside and I'm looking around and went, well, someone took the car and the dog. Well, the bank had a tiered level parking, so she had jumped the seat, and because she had her leash on, she had pulled the button on the handbrake, which released it, and it rolled back. And if it wasn't for the fact that there was a parking stop on the bottom level, she would have rolled right into the
traffic.
into the main road of traffic.
Yeah. It was like
So-
there's hills where we live. So it was like she went down an embankment into the next parking lot, basically.
It's like a 4-foot embankment.
Yeah.
But I knew I parked right by the building, and I looked in the parking spots right there in the front of the building. She wasn't there.
Yep. So the chat says true. I'm going to go with chat.
And this one is actually true.
Yes.
Nice one.
5 points for Katie. Christo, you're up next.
Yeah. All right.
A saucy encounter. A young Australian man thought he'd make a quick getaway attempting to steal a hot meal of spaghetti from his local supermarket by stuffing it down his pants. As the man began to walk to the exit for a quick escape, the hot meal burst inside his pants, scorching his legs and leaving a red-hot trail of pasta in his wake.
Oh. It's so dumb.
It is.
Oh my God, it makes me want to go Jackie Childs on you. Did anybody tell you to put the spaghetti in your pants? Who told you to put the spaghetti in your pants?
Oh no. Oh. That's false.
It's true. You gotta go with you gotta go against your gut instinct. It's a true story. That happened.
Yeah. Oh man.
I want Christo's questions.
Mr. Zed. This is a good one for you, Mr. Zed. It's called Bomb. Not because Mr. Zed sets off bombs, but he used to have an explosive. He used to find bombs with Fritz. Fritz was an explosive detection dog. While checking in at the American Airlines gate and heading on a family holiday, 18-year-old Jamie Johnson was checking in his bag. He was asked whether he was carrying any restricted items. He immediately joked, "Yes, a large bomb." Sadly, Jamie didn't make it to his family holiday as he was arrested at the airport.
Did it say what year that was?
It does not say what year.
Who told you to put the bomb on? Nobody told you to put the bomb on.
Who jokes about having a bomb at TSA?
18-year-old kids.
I guess.
I'm going to say true.
It's false.
Really?
Yeah. But it does sound like something that would happen. No point for you. The mayor.
No truth for you. KFAR just mentioned it, but there is an active shooter in Kentucky.
Right now?
Yes, he's on the loose.
It's been going on for like an hour or so, but...
Yep.
Wow. Maybe we'll do another round and then switch over to that.
Well, he's in Kentucky. He won't last long.
London, Kentucky, off I-75.
Oh.
Oh, shit. I just went through there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. We go through there, like when I go to visit number 2 or whatever, I drive through that way. Mayor
Yeah, my
McWrench.
motorcycle trip. Yep. Hello.
Christopher Wallace was arrested while Snapchatting his whereabouts. He was hiding in a cupboard as police were searching his home at the time. That was his second incriminating post. His initial one had informed the police he was at home in the first place.
That is true.
That is true.
Every internet one is true.
All right, Waffle Salter. Oh, nuts is the title of this one. Caden O'Keefe broke into his local Dollar Tree shop in Birmingham, Alabama. I can read. Let me try again.
Words hard.
After 2 hours of reading out loud, it gets a little tongue twisty. Oh, nuts. Caden O'Keefe broke into his local Dollar Tree shop in Birmingham, Alabama, hoping to steal anything of value. Having filled his bag with stolen items, he made his escape, but not before opening and eating a bag of nuts. Unfortunately for Caden, he had an undiagnosed nut allergy that landed him in the hospital and then in jail.
Ooh.
How old was he?
Doesn't say.
Let's pull the chat on that one as well.
Pull the chat.
I don't know. Like these are hard. I feel like I'm getting the hard ones. It might be the rum.
Rum is my favorite liquor. It's actually the only liquor I drink. Oh, I have to close the last poll before it will let me start a new poll.
Liquor, I barely know her. Oh, did I say that out loud?
You did. This is true or false. I'll read it again. Oh, nuts. Caden O'Keefe broke into his local Dollar Tree shop in Birmingham, Alabama, hoping to steal anything of value. Having filled his bag with stolen items, he made his escape, but not before opening and eating a bag of nuts. Unfortunately for Caden, he had an undiagnosed nut allergy that landed him in the hospital and then in jail. So far, the chat is saying false, but we only have like 2 people that answered so far. 2 votes.
Yeah, I want to say false. We'll go with the 2.
It is false.
Yes.
And I would have said false too because nuts are expensive and I can't see them having them at the Dollar Tree. Maybe they do.
I was gonna say true, but I'm glad that a couple of people helped me out there.
I'm gonna say.
Well, they got them at Dollar Tree, but what gets me is I don't know anybody that's older than 10 that doesn't know that they have a nut allergy. I've got a peanut allergy myself.
Yeah.
And it's a fatal allergy.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that's older than 10 that doesn't know it.
Well, we had that story recently about the Disneyland or the Disney World lady that died of, she had a dairy and nut allergy and Disney World killed her. So, people know nut allergies are severe. Like they're not allergies. Like I'm allergic to raw pineapple where my mouth gets swollen, but it's not deadly. You know what I'm saying? So nut allergies, people die from that all the time.
Oh, yeah. I've spent time in the hospital because of accidentally eating something that had peanuts in it and not knowing it. And I've had to have a epinephrine shot straight into my heart.
Yeah.
Whack! Oh,
hey,
more than once.
Thanks for coming, Kfar. I think as soon as we finish this round, I'm gonna tune into the news and see what's going on with this shooting as well. Actually, I'm just gonna stay on air and do it live.
Hey, I would like to point out that everybody's talking about nuts, and I have behaved. So
you haven't been nuts at all.
Thank you very much.
He bit his tongue.
Whose question was that? Waffle Salters, right? Okay, dude, you're up next. This one is called Up in Smoke.
Woo-hoo. I got this one.
Lucas Ehrlich of Munich, Germany, was not very happy when he returned home to discover his stash of marijuana had been stolen. Lewis immediately called the local police to report the theft of the drugs. Police took a full statement about the missing drugs, which Lewis signed before arresting him.
True.
That's false.
Ah, man, I tell you what, if somebody stole my weed, I just go find them. So anyway, all right, I got to bust out of here. It was a great time, and I'm obviously losing.
You
Love
are
you, Katie.
losing.
Love you,
Love
Zed.
you too. Talk to you later.
See y'all soon.
Take it easy, dude.
Ron, you're up next. Chopped. An angry Albert Schneider of Frankfurt, Germany, called police to inform them that a car he had just stolen looked like it had already been to the chop shop, as the car's VIN numbers weren't matching and the documents looked fake. Police arrived to collect the car and to arrest Albert for auto theft. Just people self-snitching.
Oh man, I'm gonna get this wrong too.
I didn't hear what was
I'm
the
gonna
answer.
say true.
It is false.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, Ron.
Oh,
Do that. There we go. Ed, you're up next.
Yep.
Crime wave. Raul Antonio stole robotic pool cleaners because he didn't want to have to break into a house. And there were plenty of pools in Tampa Bay. His routine was to pull up in his van, complete with a pool service sign, steal the pool cleaner, and sell it online. Unfortunately, one day he slipped and fell into a pool and drowned. The only flaw in his plan was that Raul could not swim. So dumb.
Oh my God, no way.
Everybody thinks they have the hard ones, but everybody's are hard.
That's false.
It is false. It is false. And I get the last question.
Woo!
Ready?
I am.
Gary Fatboy Pons was quickly arrested during his attempted robbery at the Bank of Melbourne in Australia. The teller was busy collecting and stuffing a bag with the cash when Gary fainted. The police and ambulance were called, and poor Gary awoke to find himself in handcuffs and under arrest.
I'm going to say true.
And I'm going to say you lose.
I lose. That's okay. So we have two winners today. Waffle Salter and Ed both have 6 points. So you both win. If you could send me a message, Ed, all of my contact information is in the channel description. So either text me or email me or something like that with the address you want me to send your Not My How to Get Away with Crime notebook. And Waffle Salter, I think I still have your information of where to send stuff. But if I don't, I'll just hit you up on Twitter.
Right on. That's awesome. You don't have to give me anything, though. It's all good.
I know.
That was fun.
Yeah, I like the game nights for sure. It's fun just to hang out and not have like drama and like, it's fun just to hang out for a little bit with friends.
She says that she's about to jump onto a drama-filled case with a Kentucky.
Well, I don't know what's going on, and I feel like I need to. I do have a crime channel, so I feel like I need to like cover it, right?
It's a crime to miss a crime.
It is a crime to miss a crime. So yeah, I'm gonna kick you all out, and I'm gonna stop this and then start a new one, so then I can just make it into a separate video. I think that's what
I gotta get my paperwork done.
Have fun with that. Sounds amazing. Thank you for coming, Mayor McWrench, Christo, Ron. I appreciate it. Ed, congratulations. Oh, I forgot for Ron and Christo. Before you go, I have a thing. Here we go.
Thank you.
I gotta read you the congratulations thing. It's pretty pathetic. That's like the first little video that I ever made was that little congratulations thing. So thanks for coming. I appreciate all of you. We'll see y'all next time.
Thanks all.
Thanks for having
Tomorrow,
me.
by the way,
Have a great
4:30
weekend.
Eastern, we're covering Dahlia Dipolito. So I'll see you guys in the chat.
Oh yeah. Yep.
If I'm not busy at work,
Bye,
I'll
guys.
pop in.
All right, sounds
Ciao.
good. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man, Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Won't you so locals show off your photos, throw out your Twinkies, throw up your ho-hos, tuck in them pinkies. Them shits a no-no. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Brought to my attention by the man with the mojo. My 8th subscriber, I'm a bagoso. Jump in them sinkies and dump them mimosos. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Looking for new drills, needed a new track of land. I used to dig the Simpsons, man. Bumping Biggie, Pac, Smash Mouth, and Simple Plan. No scrubs for the crease in my pimples, damn. From the south streets of southeast Michigan, hitting shuffle till I settled on a different jam. And when a dime won't do, a better nickel can. And let me tell you when I used to dig them Simpsons, man.